let me tell you something. One time, this one girl at this other school that I went to, she had the guy. She liked the guy, and I swear to God, it was like the first time she saw him, she just looked at him for like a whole minute straight. She was like, and I was about to like snap my finger. I'm like, bitch, snap out of it. I'm like, bitch, snap out of it. What is your problem? Like, it's so obvious. Like, I'm like, holy shit. And every time she will always find an excuse to sit next to him, to talk to him. And it was just so obvious. Now, she got lucky. I thought he was gay, first of all. I'm like, yo, she's going after the gay guy. But he wasn't. He was straight as a ruler. And it worked out for her. But
like a boss.
all right, people, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Or else I'm closing the channel. All right, so we're going to talk about how to show a guy interest without looking desperate. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about how to get his attention, what not to do to get his attention, how to get his attention online, and how to show him interest on a date and after the date. All right, so watch this video while I'm closing. Well, you guys know the threat. I've seen this a lot. Like, I've seen girls show a guy interest in school, and they look kind of desperate, and it's kind of obvious. And there are certain ways you could show interest without making it obvious to everyone, because nothing looks more needy than a woman like visually showing everyone that she likes a guy who they're not together, or you know what I'm saying. So you want to be careful how you show that, because if you let your emotions control you, you will end up doing some things you might regret that makes you look pretty desperate. All right. Now, let's just say you're on a date, all right, with the guy. Make sure that there's nothing wrong with looking like, if a guy is into you, there's nothing wrong with looking a little disinterested. There really isn't. The real key is to make sure that after the date you respond. You could be the biggest mute on the planet. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure that after the date, when he texts you, you respond and you say yes to the next date. That's all you have to do. Because even if you act cold, a guy will still sense your personality through that opaque screen of coldness. Because people can still sense your personality. It's like if a psycho's talking to you. He could be a psycho, trying to act like he's normal, but you could still sense the psychoticness emanating through his nonverbal communication. It's the same thing, right? Even if you try to hide that you're not interested, you're still going to show it. So the self is always coming through no matter what. Now, when you're on the date with a guy, all you have to do is just sit there, smile, and get him to talk about himself. You know, you don't have to laugh at all of his jokes. I don't want you to go too far with being too friendly. Be a little reserved and give the impression that you're more shy than, even though you might be extrovert. And if you're a shy person, act your shy self. I do not want you to be super talkative. Let him do most of the talking. Let him be the one that says, does she like me or not? You don't have to show that. The fact that you're on a date with him is enough interest. You don't need to do no double backflips, no spinner roonies, no cartwheels. You know, you don't need to do none of that kind of stuff, right? No figure eights. I don't care. Now, after the date, like I said, all you have to do is say yes, and make sure that he does most of the work. Now, how about when you want to show a guy that you're interested in a relationship without being needy? Oh, it's all about letting him show you he wants a relationship, not the opposite way around. He has to be the one that initiates every aspect of wanting a relationship. And all you have to do is sit there and say yes. It's that simple. If you feel you have to do more, this is not the guy for you. It's an automatic thing. If he likes you, he's going to do everything. And the only work you have to do is say yes and be there like a statue. Just say yes. If you have to do anything more than that, unless he complains to you why you're not putting as much effort as I am, then that's fine. That's totally fine. Then you could put more effort. That's a great complaint. That's a good problem. But other than that, you're just somebody who's floating in the ocean, and he's the current. He takes this where he wants to take it, and all you got to do is just float. Your responsibility is just be in the water and float. Don't get off of it. If he likes you, he's going to take you to the proper destination. If the destination is not the destination that you want, then you get out of that water and go somewhere else. Because guys are not stupid. When they find a woman that they like, they will make all the efforts. Have you seen the poems that men write to women? I will go half all around the world for you. Guys will fucking do crazy shit. They'll become geniuses to get poom poom. They'll buy cars that they shouldn't buy for poom poom. If a guy's not doing the irrational for you, it just means he doesn't like you that much. And don't forget, we're having our meditation meetups Sundays. Click on the description down below to attend. You'll see it. And we're having a London seminar sometime in the summertime. So if you guys want to attend, you could join our WhatsApp group for the London seminar on the description down below. And let's begin with the video. So look, first thing is first. All right. If you want to get a guy's attention, all you have to do is just make eye contact with him. Just make eye contact. Find a way for him to notice you making eye contact with him. That's all you have to do. Find a way for him to notice you noticing him. Now, look, all right, this is the only thing. I personally don't agree with women going after the same guy. And the reason why is this. It's because it puts you in a position where you're naturally now chasing. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of you having to fight with other women for a guy's attention. If fucking Tyrone, the A-list celebrity, is in your class, you and every other girl line up. And when you're in that position, you're going to look needy and you're going to look desperate. Every single one of you guys is going to look needy and desperate. And so this advice is for you going after average dudes, not going after the supermodel everybody wants. This is for you going after average dudes. Because if you want to get a guy's attention, who every girl wants, those guys act like they're blind. I'll tell you this, it's not worth it. It's not, in my opinion, it's not worth it. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the self-esteem hit. All right? Now, if you're hard-headed and you still want to go for it, that's fine. But I'm just saying, it comes with consequences. So first things first is just making eye contact. What you want is to let the guy sense that you like him. You want to give him as much. You want to make approaching you as comfortable as possible. The way you do that is by making eye contact. And when he makes eye contact, you kind of smile. You do the whole like, hey, look, like you just make sure he notices you and look away with a smile. So he's like, imagine I'm the guy, right? He's like, oh, what the fuck? This girl's looking at me. And then you notice him noticing you, and then you just look away. Maybe look back and then look away. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to do no double backflips, no somersaults, no monkey double backflips, none of that kind of stuff. Keep it simple. Keep it nonverbal. Now, let's just say he does talk to you. Well, all you have to do is come across as though you're happy. I know this sounds like it's common sense, people, but just make sure that he knows you are happy to see him. All right? Now, if you can't do that, the next best thing is to add him on social media. Find his social media. I know all you guys are incredible detectives. Find his social media and add him. Now, I'm going to tell you guys why after this little commercial break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't purchased any of my courses, we have a special bundle deal for everyone. So that you could purchase all of my courses, meaning you could purchase the psychological game of attraction, natural chemistry, and nice girl, along with all of the bonuses. Originally, if you purchase everything without the bundle, it'll be around $500, to be honest with you. But right now, if you guys purchase it, with the bundle, you guys will be able to get all of these courses: psychological game of attraction, which is for women who are single; natural chemistry, which is for women who are in a relationship; nice girl, which is a course on assertiveness, along with all of the bonuses: social mastery, practical mastery in terms of how to master anything, social mastery in terms of how to master your social skills, and the laws of human nature, wherein it's part of the Robert Greene book club I used to have. All of these, naturally, like I said, it's $500. Now you get it at $394, which is essentially 20% off everything. But if you guys want to purchase a more affordable bundle, you guys can purchase the bundle without the bonuses, and that will be at $224 rather than the $300. Well, rather than the $293 that you guys would naturally purchase it. So you could purchase it with the bundle or without the bundle. You could purchase it with the bonuses or without the bonuses. It's all of the work that I put in the last 4 years, in the last 5 years actually, all of the research that I've done. And this course, rather than watching all of my videos, and because they could be random and you could sort of like lose the big picture because there's just so many videos, you guys get all of the content condensed in a course. Trust me, people, if you guys purchase this, you won't regret it. If you haven't purchased it, hopefully this will push you towards it, because it's something that I believe in, and everyone who's purchased my course have been satisfied with it. And if they didn't like it, I always give their money back. I have never rejected a refund. All right. So purchase it right now. Click on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle, and I'll see you guys inside. Now we're back. The reason why is because any guy with a brain in their heads will equate you adding them with interest. It's just that simple. Like they could. Now we're always wrong. A lot of the times we're wrong because women add each other for the simple fact that they add people because they're being social. But that gets it into his head that if you've been smiling at home, and when he talks to you, you're fucking happy. And now for some reason you found his Instagram, that should be a hint. But if it's not enough, if it still cannot get through his hard-headed skull, then we could do some of the following thing. Like his photos, like one photo, and respond to one of his social media posts. You don't have to respond. Just put a heart if it's Instagram. Put a heart on the Instagram story, right? Now, let's just say you do talk to him. Right. Let's just say you do chat with him and he's asking you what's going on, what you up to this weekend. You want to communicate to the guy that you're available, that you do have a life, but also you're not completely busy. How do you do that? Let's just say he asks you, so how was your weekend? You just said not much, just hanged out at home and just hung out with friends, but nothing much. How about you? Or if he says, what are you up to this weekend? You just say, nothing much, hanging out with friends, but I'm mostly just chilling at home. You want to make sure that he understands that you have availability. Now, if he still cannot understand what you're trying to communicate to him, all you got to do is just ask him, hey, what are you up to this weekend? And just ask him to hang out with you and your friends and just say, hey, me and my friends are doing something. You should tag along. Now, the key word in this, you should tag along. That communicates that you're interested in seeing him, but it's not too much of an intimate setting. Now, if you still cannot take a hint that you're really trying to ask him out, the next thing you got to do is just ask your female friends, right? Ask your female friends who know him and know you and whom you trust more, whom are on your side. Ask them do you think he likes you, right? And that'll give you an answer. And if they don't, ask them to do some investigative work because you ladies are very good at doing investigation. Now, understand, if you do all of this, and he still doesn't reciprocate, ask you out or whatever, he don't like you. You have to accept it. Please, let me tell you something. One time, this one girl at this other school that I went to, she had the guy. She liked the guy, and I swear to God, it was like the first time she saw him, she just looked at him for like a whole minute straight. She was like, and I was about to like snap my finger. I'm like, bitch, snap out of it. I'm like, bitch, snap out of it. What is your problem? Like, it's so obvious. Like, I'm like, holy shit. And every time, she will always find an excuse to sit next to him, to talk to him. And it was just so obvious. Now, she got lucky. I thought he was gay, first of all. I'm like, yo, she's going after the gay guy. But he wasn't. He was straight as a ruler. And it worked out for her. But that's not a blueprint that I will prefer. All right. I'll give her props. She's a confident girl. And that's the issue, is that when you're too confident, you tend to go too far sometimes. Go the shy route. Don't be too cocky with this. It's not a good impression when you're too cocky about getting his interest. You know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. By the way, if you guys, work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, attend our London seminar. I want to gauge the interest level, so join our WhatsApp group in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Oh, if you guys need to purchase any of my courses, description down below.